Leo, I'm Anisha. To know more about my work, you may visit my website www.tarotbyanisha.com. For those of you who are seeking deeper clarity, be it in your love lives or your career, for a personal consultation, you may write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. Leos, welcome to your annual forecast of 2018. It's quite an exciting and quite a dynamic year. We've had Saturn that has moved, as has Jupiter, and mid-year we have Uranus that is going to be moving. Now Saturn has moved to its ruler, that is Capricorn, and we already have Pluto that is there in Capricorn since the last couple of years, and it carries on being there for the next couple of years as well. Now for you, this transit is happening in your house of work, your house of health, your house of day-to-day chores. And now Saturn, while we are aware it is all about hard work, it's a teacher planet, it tends to make you go back to the blackboard and redo the stuff that has not got done the first time round in the way that it wants it to happen. But Pluto, it's first of all, it's known as per Greek mythology, as the god of underworld. It's everything that is under the surface has to do with the Plutonian energy. Pluto is all about renewal, it's about rebirth, it's about regeneration, and it also represents endings and beginnings, and as well as your spiritual growth as well, provided that you're really willing to work with the Plutonian energy. Now the negative expression of Pluto can result in power hunger or seeking to really control others, or be in this space which either you are controlling the entire thing and that's the only way it works, or it does not work. Now Pluto and Saturn in your house of day-to-day chores, it's really quite a, I would say, quite a mild house, but it will bring about a lot of focus as far as your health is concerned, as far as your work is concerned, as far as your day-to-day mundaneness is concerned. And Pluto is going to sort of make you dig deeper on your patterns. If you feel that life has been floating around and it's been going around, you really don't need to be changing. Pluto is going to be bringing up a lot of stuff for the next 2.5 years and saying, really? You really think that you don't need to be changing? And interestingly, with Saturn brings about a lot of heaviness with it. And so you may find that stuff which was the mundane stuff, which was quite easy to do, which one won't even think about, your day-to-day chores or even, your fitness, and, it gets done. But now it would require more effort. You will need or you'll feel this sense of heaviness that you need to be putting in more effort. It could be simply that traveling gets too painful for you, and managing staff gets too painful for you, where earlier it used to be easy, but now you just find these simple things sort of adding up to it, which just makes the day-to-day bit of it quite a task. Pluto, of course, is going to push you towards changing yourself. It's all about transformation. So what is it that you really need to be changing in your life so that it can be more comfortable, it can be more conducive for you, it can put you in a place where you can grow more, where you can feel more nurtured, rather than sort of being in a situation where I think for a lot of us, we get used to being miserable, and we get used to being in an uncomfortable situation. So we really don't, we don't make much of an effort to sort of change, because change somehow feels more scarier than the miserable uncomfortableness that we get used to. So it could bring about that entire the need to change. You may find yourself that you're being put across with situations in which there is no I would say no better way but to change. On the 31st of January, we have a lunar eclipse that is there in Leo, and it is there in your own house, Leos, and it is quite a wonderful placement, because this lunar eclipse is, I think there's a lot of acceptance, understanding of who you are, what you can do, what your limitations are, and what you can put up with. So beginning of the year in itself, I think there's going to be a sense of acknowledgement of saying that I can't be doing this for a long time. I don't see myself doing this or living like this for a very long time, or I don't think I can put up with this. Or on February 15th, we have a solar eclipse that is there in your house of relationships. It speaks of almost like I think a new understanding of your relationship. It speaks of an opportunity also to voice things in a I think with the clarity that you have not had earlier, Leos, and it's a time for some of you wherein the relationship has been tough, or has been sort of been challenging. And I'm not saying deeply challenging, I'm saying like mildly challenging, and there's been still adjustment problems and all, that you will be able to sort of have a heart-to-heart conversation. On the 16th, we have the rebellious, the wild boy of astrology, Uranus, and he's moving from Aries to Taurus for several years, and he's moving into your house of career, reputation, and how it is that you want the world to view you. Now, first of all, Uranus is absolutely unpredictable. It's chaotic. He really does not care. Uranian energy to harness is like, you can't do it. It's, you'll be feeling great one time, or you'll find things are working, and the next minute you'll find that, oh, they're not working. So your work life could for the next several years be quite, it could be quite unpredictable, but it can take you to the heights of success, or it can bring you down as well, depending as to how it is your natal chart it's placed at. So be careful, very important things, because it can bring about scandals, it can bring about confrontations, it can bring about clandestine affairs. So the best thing is, or even embezzlement and things like that, the best thing is to stay honest. The best thing is to stay transparent with the Uranian energy as far as your work is concerned. So when you're dealing with others, whether there are kickbacks involved, or it can be anything which could be there, you just need to know that you need to stay on the right side of the universe, right side of the life, and that you are being transparent about it, that you are being honest, and you have no hand to play in it. And let the Uranian energy do what it has to. Also, for some of you, you may just change your career as well for the next couple of years. You'll find yourself that I don't like this, I don't want to do this, and you'll change and you'll join something, and even that won't satisfy, and then again you'll move. So that's all right. On from June 26th to August 27th, we have Mars, that is retrograde, and it's retrograde in your house of relationships, both business as well as personal. Now, important thing about a Mars retrograde is not a great time to be getting any surgery done. For you specifically, because it's aspecting in your house of relationship, take this time to review things as to if you've been wanting to implement something, some changes in your relationship, review them, take a look at it again. Mars also, the Martian retrograde energy can sort of also at times make you feel almost very low, feel quite hopeless in a situation. So keep that in mind, that you need to just sort of wait this time out and not take like a firm decision to do anything. July 12th, we have a solar eclipse, and this is there in your house of behind the scenes. It's a house of service, it's a house of spirituality, it's a place where we go in to recharge our emotional batteries. So a wonderful time to be taking some time off. Go for a nice beautiful retreat, try and go for Vipassana. It's an absolute magical type of meditation. You can check it up on Google, and it is not related with any religion or any spirituality is the reason why I'm even recommending it. But it's a lovely time to reconnect from the outer world. It's a lovely time to go deep into yourself and delve into yourself and just be with yourself. So unplug. July 27th, we have a lunar eclipse that is there in your house of relationships. Again, both business as well as work. So something could be coming to an end around end July. It can be that for some of you where the relationship has been challenging, or you may just decide to call it quits. It won't really come as a surprise, wherein that you'll feel that, oh God, how come this happened all of a sudden? It could be there in the pipeline for the longest. For some of you, a business partnership may end, wherein that you'll feel that you're better off, and you would be better off without the person. It couldn't have been working for a while. August 11th, we have a solar eclipse in Leo. That is your sign, and it is there in your own first house. And this is quite a lovely time because we had a lunar eclipse when we began the year in your house, and now we have a solar eclipse, and it's birthday time for you. It is also a time to look at your goals again. It's a time to put your own personal, and when I'm saying resolutions, I don't mean the success ratio or whatever, but I would say that a personal internal resolution, your growth, your evolvement, how it is that you want your life to pan out, what is it that you see for yourself. October 5th to November 17th, we have Venus, which is she's retrograde initially in your house of home, and then it is back to your house of communication. So not a great time, first of all, to be doing any expensive and beautiful purchases during this time, and especially if it has to do with your home, buying or renovating it. Not a great time to be doing that. Also, I would say that if you are looking at any kind of a travel that is there, be sure that you have sort of planned it very well. It could the plans could go a bit haywire. Try also not to invest in some big ticket item, or even in something really expensive and beautiful during this time. November 8th, we have Jupiter that is moving into its ruling planet Sagittarius. It loves being there, and it's there in your house of love, romance, creativity, and children. So yay, Leos, it's quite a year as far as love is concerned for a lot of you, especially if your sun, moon, rising is there in Leo. And Jupiter is going to expand your experiences as far as love is concerned. So for a lot of you, you could be meeting people from different cultures, falling in love with them, having relationships maybe with someone who's not in the same city, country. It's a wonderful time with children as well, where you'll find some of you will get pregnant and have children. For some of you, you will be spending a lot of quality time with your children. So overall, it's a wonderful year as far as love and relationship is concerned. However, because Jupiter is also known as the god of sky, and it brings about excess along with it. So it can bring out the exaggerated form of it as well. So be careful over there. Try not to start writing the story, the extended version on your own. Look at the relationship as it is. Do not try to add your own little subdivisions to it. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Leos. I wish you a fantastic 2018. I'll be seeing you again soon, and thank you so much for watching.